Have you ever heard of the tragedy of Darth PUBG the Young? For those of you who don't know, PUBG, or PlayerUnknown's Battleground, is a battle royale game kind of similar to Fortnite, but honestly the whole game's history is an absolute tragedy. In order to understand why, we have to go back to the beginning. I'm pretty sure you're familiar with the Hunger Games. Well, after the massive success of the Hunger Games, people wanted a game dedicated to the battle royale genre. At first, the idea didn't catch on, only being a small niche or a minigame in a Minecraft server. But PUBG was going to change all that. A man by the name of Brendan Green moves to South Korea in the hopes of getting help from a company named Bluehole. Some of PUBG's first versions are made, and to be honest, they weren't that impressive. It essentially asks the question, what happens if I put together a bunch of pre-made Unity assets? The game was what you expected from Unity assets. It was glitchy and sometimes laggy, but many people saw potential in the game. It is estimated that PUBG would raise some $750 million. It could have been an absolutely huge game, almost as big as Five Nights at Freddy's. But unfortunately, this is where PUBG's downfall will begin. This is the tragedy of PUBG.
You know, Bob, a company
is like an enormous clock.
Yes, precisely. It only works if all the little cogs mesh together.
You would think that after making $750 million, you would have enough money to hire a few hands and improve the game. But Bluehole realized something. Christmas was close, and with little development time left, they rushed out an Xbox One port. Instead of trying to take the game from early access to a completed product, they made what is probably the worst game port in Xbox history. The game was a mess. It was buggy, laggy, and had several server issues. This was the first grim sign that PUBG wouldn't last much longer. One major issue with the Xbox port is that, to this day, it is very poorly optimized. It takes the game a long time to load everything, so people can just walk through walls and start grabbing loot. Not to mention that the graphics take a while to load as well, so the undetailed and strange looking buildings temporarily take the place of the good graphics. But suddenly, out of the blue, something happens that no one saw coming. Fortnite suddenly has a battle royale mode, and it's getting pretty popular. So what does Bluehole do? The same thing that any sane person would do, and they attempt legal action against Fortnite and Epic Games. What's even worse is that they announced at a press conference. This is the kind of stuff you try to keep hidden from the prying eye of the media. But not PUBG. They openly say they are going to sue Fortnite. I quote what they said. "We are concerned that Fortnite may be replicating the experience that PUBG is known for." Wow, Bluehole, you handle some competition, huh? What's even worse is that someone who was working on PUBG said that they are concerned that Fortnite may improve some features in the Battle Royale game. Well, it doesn't sound very difficult to do that when you're busy making a terrible Xbox port and microtransactions. Oh yeah, about those microtransactions. Keep in mind, PUBG at this point was still technically unfinished. Adding in microtransactions at this point in development was a terrible decision. Remember, at this point they made some $750 million. Most games don't even take a fourth of that. To make GTA 5, it only cost Rockstar about $265 million. And that's GTA 5. PUBG shouldn't have even come close to that amount, but Bluehole still put microtransactions into the game. At least in Fortnite, you know what you're getting. PUBG seems to be following in EA's footsteps and decided to use the loot box system. Basically, you buy a crate and have no clue what you're getting from it. Sometimes developers are nice enough to use like a rarity system, so that you have a vague idea of what you're getting from the box, but not PUBG. They do have different crates, but they're classed by what type of item you're getting, not some range of potential rarity. This is such a lazy way to make a quick buck off a game. At least try to be somebody who don't care about making a good game. Even today, despite the game being finished, there are still microtransactions, in the same style. Come on, Bluehole, you have made your money now, focus on actually making a good game. Now when you actually look at the facts, on the surface, PUBG seems like a success, and it was. However, I feel the game could have done so much better if Bluehole focused on making a good game, not profit. Fortnite would overtake PUBG in popularity around July 16th, 2017, only to fall back again just 1 month later. This is what I would classify as the golden age of PUBG. It was rapidly on the rise in popularity and was number one in the battle royale genre. This was probably due to the early access Steam release just a few months earlier. PUBG would stumble around September of that same year, and Fortnite would become the most popular battle royale game, and still is to this day. In early 2018, PUBG would surpass its cultural peak. It would never again be as popular. Fortnite's dominance over the battle royale genre was official, and PUBG would be reduced to obscurity. So is PUBG a failure or a success? It is a hard question to answer, but hopefully the information I gave you today is enough for you to make your own inference. In my opinion, PUBG was a successful failure, a game whose full potential was never truly realized. Fortnite was just the better game for most people. In conclusion, I guess the best game won, and that is truly Battle Royale.